Good morning, everybody. Welcome to today's live stream. Very happy with how Bitcoin is looking today. Let's go over the reasons why. Starting off on the 4-hour chart, let's get ACAT loaded up. Our current longest overexpanded period is currently roughly 140. If we were to load up the 140 period on Bitcoin, we would get the following results. Strictly from a quad CCI perspective, using Bollinger Band's Meow Mix, there's a small implied long, and we are in the compression range. I'm going to point out to what this looks like. So, we've got two conditions here. One is the purple band. As long as we're outside the purple band, which we are right on top of, there will be high volatility at key pivots. That is a very important rule. If we trade directly on top of a pivot, you could expect a lot of crazy price action to the upside and downside. And this is further solidified by the fact that there is this nice green compression range defined by this volatility overhead here, which should hold price in place. So essentially, if we break down and touch the low end of this compression range, I would expect further lows. Whereas if we started tagging the upper end of the compression range and eventually broke above, that would imply trend continuation. And you might say, but Dad Shark, well, we haven't even broken resistance if we wake up here. Well, you are right in a sense. We would still be tagging along the 3.2 standard deviation here, which is why mostly I'm just going to bet sideways. I think we're going to go sideways, and we're either going to be forced in between this pivot and this compression range, and we'll slowly compress like that, or we'll break down and see mean reversion. So I don't think up is overwhelmingly viable at this current moment, just due to the volatility overhead that we see here. If Bitcoin were to break up, it would be due to extremely fundamental news, and it would require a lot of force to do so at this current time. So I wouldn't really bet on it too much unless you're long from, say, down here, in which case, well, you have very little risk, and you're welcome to stay long until you either stop out in profit or see trend resumption. Okay, that's mostly the recommendation I have for today. As far as the shorter time frames go, we're going to look at the 30-minute chart and take a look at potential energy. Yeah, that is a slight upward implication here. Compression range is very well defined, however. Yeah, I would say we would probably trend up to around 9,500 before seeing any kind of potential rejection. As far as the 30-minute chart goes, we can see significant trends in this relative range. So if you're a scalper, you can attempt to catch those swing high, swing low scenarios with the oscillator of your choice. It should perform rather well. Okay. I think that's going to be it for today. It's going to be pretty quiet for Bitcoin unless we see some major price action breaking the support I defined. With no further ado, I love you. Have a beautiful day. Ciao.